Welcome to Trans Tea, a podcast all about queer life in the Midwest, the community, the trans choral movement, and the queer stories yet to be told. I'm Tristan Miedema, director of TRANScendent, Iowa's only trans and non-binary singing ensemble.
And I'm Tessa Tura, local drag entertainer, queer activist, and one of TRANScendent's founding members.
We are here to talk about queer Iowans living out loud.
And the voices making it happen.
So consider this your invitation.
Sit back and grab a cup.
'Cause we're spilling! Well, what's up, tea bags? Welcome back to Trans Tea. My name's Tristan, and Tessa has a butter cow on her head. Butter? Hardly know her. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, and a Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel? I'm Ferris squealing like a state fair piggy for this look. Okay,
Insane.
now I had to get that out of my system. I was thinking about the episode today, and I knew you were going to wear this. And so on my walk, I was just cackling down Grand, thinking of little one-liners about your look. There's got to be one with the Barksdale State Fair cookies. It's almost a state fair. How are you feeling, Tessa?
I mean, I'm feeling great. I don't know that I'm not even that huge of a state fair girly.
Mm-hmm.
I just love this hat. And how often can you wear a state fair diorama hat?
Yeah.
In regular society.
It is absolutely ridiculous. And I feel bad if you're not watching this right now, and that's fine. You're probably driving on the 110, the 985, the I-35. That's what Katya always says on The Bold and Beautiful. She's like, for the people on the 110, for the people driving down the street, if you're driving down Ingersoll right now, you're not watching because that would be unsafe. But later, when you get home, pull up the YouTube and check out Miss Tessa's hat. Handmade by whomst?
My lovely husband, our previous guest, Liam Shipston.
Yeah, it's really a work of art. How many competitions has this hat won you?
This has won me 2 so far. A State Fair Couture open stage at the legendary Blazing Saddle, and then it also helped me win the Trailer Trash Pageant, which is a local bar title at the Garden nightclub and show lounge.
It's literally so crazy. So we have little people on the hat. Honestly, the people are really cute. We have bushes. We have corn, of course. We have the butter cow, and we have Butter Tessa, right?
Yes, we have Butter Tessa.
Butter Tessa. Butter Tessa is so beautiful. And you have, what's that roller coaster?
So that's just for fun. We needed something to fill space. My husband's favorite part of this whole hat is if you turn it around and look at the back side, you can actually see that there's a little pig riding the roller coaster as one of the carts.
A little piggy. I see the piggy. And the stage, too, is so nice.
Oh, yeah. There's like a whole little stage back there that's like there's a little concert happening on there. We painted lights.
It's so good. Well, and I for a second, I was like, wait, is there a roller coaster at the fair that I don't know about?
No.
Okay, good. Not that I'm a fair person.
There was one at my old state fair.
Yeah.
But that's in South Dakota, and that's evil. So.
I love that you're turning the hat so slowly. I think you should just turn it for the whole episode.
If I could wear it in any direction, I would.
Yeah.
But this hat is designed to have like
a
whole like cardboard support system in it.
Yeah, it's really beautifully
so
made.
that it sits on my head regardless of how big my like wig is.
Yeah, I really love it.
It's so fun. It's insane.
Are you a fair person?
No, I mean like I like to go at least once because I have a lot of animal loving friends that make me go see all of the farm animals that have ever lived. We get to see all of Old MacDonald's farm, mostly against my will. But wow, really selling it, aren't I?
Yeah, you really are.
But I do love getting to go get a pork chop on a stick.
Oh, sure.
The irony being that the one I go to, it's not on a stick. The pork chop is just, the stick is the literal bone the pork chop is attached to.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So pork chop on the bone.
Pork chop on the bone.
See, I am not a big state fair person, which I know as an Iowan is kind of a sinful thing to say. Because, like, how big is our state fair? It's pretty sizable.
It's one of the largest, at least in the Midwest.
Yeah. Like, it's a huge, beautiful state fair. The fairgrounds are pretty fabulous. Yeah. I mean, like, my family has been really involved in the fair when I was growing up. Like, my cousins show cattle, like, very involved, like blue ribbon winners. And so we went growing up, and my aunt and uncle actually still, like, camp every every year. Like for, how long is the fair? Like 13 days? 14
I
days?
believe it's 11 days.
Okay, 11 days. But they camp the whole time. You have to get out like on the street in line with your camper at like 5 a.m. Like it's the most crazy thing. And the spots, like to have a camping spot, you have to get on a wait list that's like 5 years long.
Oh, yeah.
A 5-year wait list to camp outside is crazy to me.
To camp outside a fair, specifically.
It's crazy, but it's fun. I mean, I thought I was going to get out of going to the fair this year because I don't really like the fair. There was probably like 10 years once I went to college, because I went growing up a little bit, then I went to college and I stopped going kind of completely.
Yep.
And then my ex-girlfriend actually... We went to see Carrie Underwood back in the day. Yeah, I know. Judge away. This was at least 15 years ago.
Oh, I would have absolutely gone to see Carrie before she got herself canceled. So.
Yeah, so I did see Carrie Underwood at the State Fair like 20,000 years ago. Not really, 15 some years ago. And so I never really went. And then my partner, Chris, now like loves the State Fair. And I love that for him, but I don't love that for me because that means I usually have to go at least once. And I prefer to go on like a weeknight in the evening when it's not as hot and it's not as busy. It's like a Saturday fair. No.
The Saturday fair is evil. Go on the first Friday. It's East Sider night.
That's when we go because Chris loves the East Sider night because he grew up on the East Side.
Absolutely.
And the people are feral.
Oh, yeah.
The State Fair people are so
It's
feral.
insane, but at least it's not 1,000,000 degrees usually. And there's also not 8 bajillion people because everyone's too afraid of the East Siders. Yeah. And like as long as you leave them to their natural habitats...
It's like being at the zoo.
Very fine. Like it's a very fun endeavor.
Yeah.
As long as you just give them their moment.
Well, and it's just so much walking, like to park. And I know you can take the little bus, which I've done before.
Yes.
But we usually find a spot to park, and that's like a mile just to walk into the fair. And
correct.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. Do you have any like favorite fair foods?
I mean, besides my pork chop on a stick, which is the one I get every year. Like, if we go to the fair, I have to like
get the pork chop.
Yeah, I have to get it at least once.
Okay, good.
It's a full requirement.
Well, mine's really basic. I just love a corn dog. A hand dipped corn dog, fresh, a foot long. I'm not fucking with a 6-inch foot long. Sorry,
a 6-inch foot long. Yeah.
Come on, Subway. I'm not fucking with a 6-inch corn dog. I'm wasting my time.
Literally.
I'm gonna spend, and they know it. I'm gonna walk up there. I'm gonna spend the $3 extra, and I'm gonna get the $9 12-incher.
Absolutely.
Wrapped in a beautiful batter. And I don't know what that says about me. I guess I'm a size queen when it comes to corn dogs. But I put so much ketchup on that thing, it should be illegal. I'm like totally a ketchup slut. I should get that on a t-shirt because I'm a ketchup slut. And the way that like people are grossed out by condiments, like mustard makes me icked.
I hate
mustard. Is so, I hate the color. It's not a healthy color for a food. Food should not be neon yellow.
It's like most of the time mustard's the same color as corn, diva.
Yeah. Well, okay, but corn is like, it grows out the ground. And it's like a more muted. It's more of a warm yellow. But mustard is just like neon. It just gives me the ick. So I can't eat mustard, but I do love the ketchup. And I smother that dog in ketchup before I eat it.
Smother that dog.
I do. So if I do end up going, I'm gonna get a corn dog, and I'll be happy.
What is the most popular state fair food? I went to a trivia this week at XBK. They had a state fair themed trivia. And I learned incredible facts. I lost, but I learned great facts. That the corn dog is the most popular. And oh my gosh, I think it's something like they sell 24 corn dogs a minute on average.
That's incredible.
Or something insane like that.
I wonder how many I could buy in an hour.
Quite a few. I mean, they're never going to stop one. I was like, they're never going to stop you from buying them.
Yeah. I mean, they're just so expensive. That's the other thing about the fair. Like, it's just expensive. You have to plan to like drop some coin. And as a person who's currently unemployed mostly.
You're freelance. Freelance is the word.
Freelance. I'm working on that to see my freelance work as like it's my real work now.
Yes.
Rather than saying I have all these side hustles. My therapist called me out for that. So thanks
thank you, therapist.
Yeah, thank you, therapist. So I'll probably go to the fair once and I'll get over it and it will be fine and fun. I love all of the fun foods. Like I think that's fun.
Yeah.
But it makes me sick to my stomach, like eating
it's
really random, really
all
niche.
Fried, nothing goes together.
Yeah, like so I just need, if I'm gonna have a fried thing, I need it to be like a simple corn dog.
Correct. Like it's like 1,000,000 degrees.
Oh, I know. We had like the Iowa sushi roll last year. I don't know what it is about foods that look like something else, but I think it's horrifying. I don't need my piece of corn and mashed potatoes and like American mush
Right.
in the shape of another cuisine like sushi, because it fucks with my brain a little bit and I hate it. It's like I feel the same way about like Halloween foods.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like our cafeteria in college used to do a Halloween thing.
Yeah.
And after my first time going as a freshman, I couldn't go anymore because it grossed me out. Like, I don't want my food to look like a finger. I don't want my food to look like monstrous goo. It's gross. So I don't need my corn to look like sushi.
You don't want a gummy eyeball?
No, it makes me so grossed out. And I think I'm just too visual and I just can't handle it. So that's kind of how I feel about a lot of the fair foods. I'm just like, love it from afar, love it for you. Yeah. It's not going to work for me.
Nope, I do get that. I do get that a lot.
Well, and I'm so glad you wore this state fair look, because today we're not really here to talk about the state fair.
No, we
but
just
it
went
is
on a
so
huge
timely.
tangent.
Yeah, but it is so timely that it is like state fair season. But I want to talk about drag. Like, how drag is this outfit right now that you're wearing some state fair couture? Oh, I was going to say earlier, hashtag state fair couture. Like, hashtag drag race. I'm trying to think if I had any other one-liners. I think my favorite was I'm Ferris squealing like a state fair piggy for this look.
Uh-huh.
And I think I called you all teabags at the start.
Yeah.
Somebody the other day was like, do you need to have a name for your fans? Because we have some little diehard fans out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what if we call them the teabags? Because it's trans. But I don't know if that's the best choice. So for now, you're the teabags. And if you have a better idea, comment below.
Comment below, please.
Because I need some ideas.
Please come up with something better.
The only other thing that comes to my brain is transes, but that's too many words to say.
Correct. It's too many syllables.
Yeah, like I want it to be a la like little monsters, or you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
But so for now, you're the teabags. Thanks for being here, teabags. But I do want to talk about drag, because sitting next to me is like one of Des Moines' hottest drag queens. Truly.
Please.
Look at this mug. Look at this beauty. And I was thinking back, because I want to talk about my experience with drag too, but I want to hear from you first. Because I was thinking this morning, like, okay, when did Tessa start drag? Like, it feels like you've been doing drag for 5 years, because you went from like, I'm going to step on stage for the first time, into like a full-fledged, booked and blessed drag queen in like a matter of moments. So I actually don't remember. So please tell us, how did you get into drag?
Yeah, I mean, I had seen some drag before. Like, I'd been to the Tiny Pride in my hometown. I went to a singular drag show when I was in college, and I saw the legendary Martina Shakers. Wow. But I was just a scared little twink at the time, so like that was not.
We all start somewhere.
Exactly. But I moved to Des Moines, and at the place of employment I had a lot of drag queens that were coming in, that I didn't necessarily know were drag queens, but Complete Moon came in.
Oh my God.
And her friend started popping off like, "This is Complete. She's got a show tonight," and it's like.
With the hands.
Right. Oh, yeah, with the full hands. And it's like, you're in a place of business. Why are we, like, we're, like, throwing a full, like, gay little kiki at the moment.
Yeah.
And something sparked, and I was like, I gotta go look. I gotta go see what's going on. So we go to this drag show, and I'm like, oh, my God. She just stood on her head.
Gag Tina.
Literally.
She can stand on everything.
Literally that. And then I met, like Vanna B, and I started just going to see drag constantly, because I just saw these people and they were so gorgeous and incredible, and it was just so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I went, well, I could learn that, I think. Like, I went to, school for music and theater and stuff like that, and I'm not really doing anything with that. And I had like just newly transitioned, so I had a bunch of like random feminine clothes of like a whole bunch of different styles, because I was trying to figure out who I was going to be and what that was. So I like had extra clothes to wear. So I bought some terrible drugstore makeup and then used some of my like 10-year-old Ben Nye kit. Oh my God.
So honestly, Ben Nye slaps.
Ben Nye hits.
It does. Like, it really slaps.
And we used leftover curtains in my house and went to Michael's and bought a bunch of shitty flowers, and we hot glued those to the curtains, which we then fashioned into a dress with just a belt. It's literally just me and curtains and a belt.
Curtain belt.
Yeah. And I had this vision of doing Flowers by Miley Cyrus, but I couldn't do just Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
So I had our friend Steve make me a mix of the Lakma duet, like the flower duet, like la, la. And I opened with that. La, I can buy myself flowers. And that's all I can sing for copyright's sake. And that was my first song in drag.
I can't get over, like, most people like do drag the first time and they like, you know, grab something, throw something together or borrow, and they just like throw a song up. But you're like, no, I need to make the outfit and I need to have a mix or I can't do this.
Yeah, I did. You literally.
Oh my God. What was your first, do you remember like going to your first drag show? Was it in Des Moines?
So the very first show I attended would have been at, I can't remember quite if it was Sioux Falls Pride and I got to see drag queens, or if it was when I was in college as a scared little twink in my Chick-fil-A uniform before I was politically knowledgeable and knew that they were awful. And going to a student drag show at my college as a freshman. And seeing Martina. Wow. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
But then, you know, that would have been in like 2015, 2016. Yeah. And then I didn't interact with drag again until 2023.
Okay, wild, because I feel like I can remember my first drag show, like that I attended, because I grew up in a city with no gay bars. Okay?
No, absolutely.
And I went to college in a town with no like bars.
Yeah.
So I never really had exposure to drag. And it was on a choir trip, like a choir tour. It was probably 2015 or 2016, actually.
You better.
It was a choir trip to Chicago. It was like a Midwest tour, and we were in Chicago for a few days. And I remember going, I don't even remember who I was with. I think I was with like the director and his husband, and then like my partner at the time.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't remember if we partnered at that point or not, but we were like we had like a free night. And so we were just kind of bopping around. And the director was like, have you ever been to a drag show? Because I think I was freshly out. Okay, so it must have been like my junior year of college, because I feel like I was freshly out. I came out junior year of college. She's taking the hat down.
The hat,
but it's going to be a beautiful little decor.
Just got to make sure I set it in a way that it's going to stay,
or it's going to cover you up completely.
Well,
look at that. Just put it back here.
She'll be tall enough.
It'll be our little background.
She's visible.
Oh, kind of beautiful. Now our State Fair Couture is in the background.
She's so heavy.
I honestly, I wish this was a face kini. Next step, you could totally add a face kini.
Oh, absolutely. This was. Anyways, please continue.
But so we were just had this free night in Chicago, and I wish I remembered what the bar was called, like what the bar was named. But we ended up. He's like, "Have you ever been to a drag show?" And I was like, super nervous because I was just out. Like I'd never been to a gay bar before either. Right. So I had built up this whole idea of like what it meant to go to a gay bar. It was like, oh my God, you're doing this now. I was petrified.
No, 100%.
And so I was like, okay, sure, we'll go. Because I felt like it was a good group of people. And we went, and I walked in, I was so nervous. And it was one of those kinds of drag shows, almost like the Saddle-ish. Well, in the Garden too, but like where the queens can come down really close to you. Like there's the stage, but then they walk down, and it was kind of like a standing room only situation. So maybe more like the Saddle, where like everyone's just standing. You're not like sitting and watching the show. And I couldn't tell you who the queens were, couldn't tell you anything.
Right.
But I just remember the feeling I had of like, not terror, but like, I was just like so in awe and looking at these incredible drag entertainers and like not knowing what to do. And like, I'm sure I tipped somebody a couple times. Like it's the first time I'd ever handed a queen $1, which is a big moment. I think as a queer person, that first drag entertainer tip is a big deal. And I remember like, I'm sure we had some vodka sodas or something like, I was comfortable, but I just remember this like feeling of life around the whole room. And it felt so exciting. And I had never been to a gay bar before, so I never really knew what that environment was like.
Right.
In terms of drag or having a show happen. Because like at straight bars, there isn't a show, people. Like, I mean, there's maybe music and whatever, which is totally fine. But I don't know, like the allure of a gay bar to me is like there's going to be a show. Like, there's always entertainment. There's always performance.
Absolutely.
And as a I grew up performing, I grew up doing music, like being interested in the fine arts. It's no wonder that like drag is so tied to the queer community.
Yes.
With many of us coming from backgrounds in art or not, but like I feel like a lot of us do arts
do.
or do some kind of arts and music or fine arts, whatever. So I don't know. I just remember it being so amazing. And I remember leaving and saying the thing that I feel like everyone that's a singer says, like, why aren't they singing? Because that's the director was like, I wish they would sing.
Absolutely.
And I have seen plenty of queens sing since then. But I think there's so much, it's so much fun to like lip sync as a character or like lip sync for someone else's voice. Like if I did drag, and I've never actually like done drag on stage. We'll get into that. But I don't know if I'd want to sing all the time. Like maybe once in a while, but I don't know. So I just remember that night so vividly, just bits and pieces. I wish I had more details, but it was just so fun. And I can't tell you the second show I went to, but now I see drag, every week at least.
Literally.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh yeah.
Love drag.
Drag is so fun.
And then here I am, I'm dating a drag queen.
Yep.
Which was actually really insightful for me because doing drag takes so much work.
Oh my God.
If you have not done drag before, at least once, I think everybody should try it just to get a sense of the art form and like see how much work it really does take to get into drag. I mean, I've done drag twice, not for a show, but for Halloween.
Right.
It's easy to do drag on Halloween. I was Elphaba one year.
Yes,
from Wicked, and was painted myself green. I kind of ate. I thought
you did.
It was a great little Elphaba face, and I've done makeup for a long time, so like, drag makeup is different. But like, I had the basics. You know what I mean? Like, just knowing the basics of makeup was really helpful. I have not glued down my eyebrows yet, though. I feel like that's like my next rite of passage is that I have to glue down my brows.
I mean, you have brows that would be very easy to glue down.
They're like sparse and not super thick.
I've helped some folks with some thick brows.
Yeah. So, and the second time I was Alice in Wonderland, which again, like I painted my face, but I didn't like glue down my brows and I just wore a wig. And it's fun because I'm dating a drag queen. So I have drag at my disposal.
Constantly.
And starting dating Chris, Bambi No House, we have a whole bedroom of just drag shit.
Yeah.
It's like living with another person.
Yeah.
It's me and Chris, and then Bambi lives in the spare room with all of her wigs. There's a wig wall, just like Moira Rose.
Yep.
They're not named, but there's a whole wig wall. I mean, there's a closet full of drag. There's makeup everywhere. There's always rhinestones on the carpet. Like,
yeah.
And so we're just surrounded by it all the time. But it's been really cool for me because I've gotten to see like all the work that it takes to actually do drag. Because I mean, a lot of like gay men, especially, that if they don't do drag and they're not like buddies with drag queens, you might have no idea what you go to a drag show at the bar and like you watch the queens or the entertainers, but you don't necessarily see them get ready or see them do drag or like,
the amount of people in an audience who are like, I can do that. I can outdo them
so much.
And the thing is, I'm not saying you can't. I think anybody can do drag.
Yeah.
But when they're saying that, they're not thinking about when you first start drag, your mug is probably like 3 hours.
Oh yeah. Forever.
And it's still awful. Like no matter what you know how to do, like
still awful.
Your first mug is heinous and terrible. Even if it's good, it's still terrible.
Yeah, it takes practice.
Like, especially if you do the full gambit and we're talking like pads and 4 layers of tights and a breastplate and all that, like you're looking at, for your first time, you're looking at like 4 hours of getting ready. And then and now you're in pain.
Yeah.
Because everything is every part of your body is in the wrong spot now.
Yep. You're uncomfortable.
And everything is deeply uncomfortable. Your hair is in a fucking knot. Like everything between your legs is gone.
Yeah, drag is not comfortable.
Your hips are now like 8 inches further out than they used to be. So you're gonna run into every single chair in the entire bar.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then you have to go up there and you still have to you put on a 6-inch heel and you still have to lip sync a song.
Mm-hmm.
You be that deeply uncomfortable. Like you're going to tell me from Mr. Joe Schmo in the audience that you're going to do the hours of prep work and practice and all of those things and come out and turn that lip sync on your first try.
Yeah, no way.
I guarantee you, you're not walking off the street and doing better than those girls.
No.
I promise you that.
Yeah.
I think you can get there if you want to put the work in. But if you're not doing it on your first try.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, I just have so much respect for drag entertainers, like of all sorts, like drag queens, drag kings, drag theys, everyone in between, like doing drag, getting up on stage takes such courage.
Yeah.
And it takes such gusto. I don't know. It's just like such a cool thing to have the confidence to go on stage
Right.
Like giving a look, lip syncing to something or singing or whatever, like doing a talent. Like, and then you get to drag pageants, and I've seen a few pageants now, and wow, if you think doing, bar shows is a lot of work, you go watch a pageant maybe, because these people are putting in the work and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, likely thousands of dollars on these packages that they're doing for free. It's just really remarkable. But what it makes me think about is, like, when I started wearing makeup in, I think it was grad school, like, let's say 2018-ish. Yeah. When I started, like, dabbling with makeup, when I kind of started dabbling with gender in general.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, when I started to wear, I'd go out to the clubs and, like, full eyeshadow, lashes. Like, I was giving a little face, maybe some rhinestones. And I did that for a long time. I don't do as much now. I've kind of, like, softened it up a little bit. But I used to wear, like, the full lash and everything. And the first words out of most people's mouth are like, well, why aren't you doing drag? Or, like, they would compare me wearing makeup on my face as Tristan to, like, I was doing drag.
Right.
And, like, as the wise RuPaul says, we're all born naked and the rest is drag. So everything's drag. The rest is drag. You know how the song ends.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. So I feel like I've had so many conversations in my life with various queer people about, like, me wearing makeup. I'm not trying to do drag.
Right.
And I think there is so much confusion about that. And there's absolutely confusion from even people in the queer community about, like, especially trans people or non-binary people doing drag. Mm-hmm. Like, well, why would you want to dress up as, and they love to say the word dress up. Like, why would you dress up as like a different gender than the one you're trying to express in your real life or whatever? Like, there's so much discourse.
Right.
What are your thoughts about that? I mean, I'm sure you have so much to say.
I do. Well, I think the first thing is that, like, what drag essentially is gender performance.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you're doing king drag, queen drag, any sort of anything else, like any form of drag that you're doing is some version of gender performance. You know, it's a heightened and dramatized play with gender, regardless of, like, anything. That's where it starts. Like, that's what drag is.
Yeah.
I, as a trans woman, started doing drag after I started transitioning because, one, I just love the art form of drag, but two, it's a chance for me to explore femininity in ways that are, like, heightened and dramatized, and I get to do, like, crazy things, like make a giant diorama hat. No one is wearing this in the regular world.
No.
Regardless of gender presentation, that's not happening. I get to have, like, red carpet fantasy and do all these crazy looks that I could do in regular society, but I'm getting a sideways glance. Like,
yeah, totally.
So for me, it's that, like, it's a chance for me to play with gender and play with femininity. And, you know, sometimes I do pull out a masculine number, and it's because I cosplayed a boy for 25 years.
It's straight up.
I get to interact with my past however I want. I get to take all those years that I spent doing that and performing that gender, and I get to make it fun for me. I get to sit here and play with it and make fun of it and idolize it and whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's my gender identity. It's my story. Like, you know, because I have one of the people that I've helped getting started in drag is a trans man who is a drag queen. And people get real confused about that. They get
so confused.
And it's like, well, why shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Just because he wants to be a boy out, you know, he is a boy in his regular life does not mean that he can't like dressing up, that he can't.
Yeah.
Why do you have to, why does transitioning your gender mean you have to throw away everything that you spent most of your life with?
Yeah. And, like, how many gay boys want to do drag?
So
many. So, hello, if you're a trans man and you identify as a gay boy,
it's the same
why
thing.
Are you not allowed to also do drag?
It's the same thing as a gay cisgender twink.
Yeah.
Wanting to get up there and put on a dress and parade around. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same, like, gender euphoria and gender fuckery for a trans person as it is a cis person. And some people do, like some trans people do use drag, or drag ends up being a tool for them to explore their gender identity, and they end up coming out as the, like say a trans woman who isn't out yet starts doing drag as a way to present femininely and do femininity, and getting to like, I guess, try it out, test it out, see what they like and don't like about it. And then they end up coming out.
It's a way to play with gender.
Exactly. The drag community is built on mostly trans women because that was the only way they could acceptably be out. And now we've come to a place where you can be out without drag. But why should they have to be, they shouldn't have to be separate communities. They can be one and the same. They can have overlap, and they should. Anyone in any gender identity can and should try drag if they want to, in however they want to present their gender. It's not that serious. Like, it is serious, but it's not that serious. Like, let people play with gender. That's what drag is playing with gender. If you could, who doesn't want to like pretend to be Britney Spears for a night?
Right? Who doesn't want to be a superstar?
who in their like childhood bedroom didn't like find some sort of musician or like star and pretend to be them when they were growing up? You can't tell me that there aren't like, folks who didn't grow up pretending to be Kiss and practicing that makeup in their bedroom, or like learning all the choreography to Madonna's, like to any of Madonna's songs. You can't tell me those didn't happen. Just like there are kids today who are doing Britney, who are doing Zara Larsson. Like, these kids are growing up with these pop stars and these pop identities. Who wouldn't want to like dress up and play as them for a day?
Hi, gay. Happy Pride Month. While Pride Month may be over, the pride never stops over here at Trans T. Do you sing? Are you a singer? 'Cause I'm a singer. You might consider joining the Des Moines Gay Men's Chorus for our 26th season starting this fall. Rehearsals start this September. Did you know we welcome all singers that can sing in the tenor or bass range, regardless of gender expression or identity? Come on, inclusivity. You better work. If you want to learn more or join the chorus, head to our website at dmgmc.org, click Get Involved, and then join the chorus and fill out a quick little form. Girl, I know you've been thinking about it, so just join already, okay? You're missing out. Okay, thanks. Bye. Are you looking to spice up your event with some music from some fabulous local queer people? Why haven't you booked us yet? We do outreach performances. You can book the entire chorus. You can book TRANScendent, our small ensemble of trans and non-binary singers. And you can book Harmony, our auditioned small ensemble that is sure to bring the house down with some pop hits or maybe a sister act medley. We've done it all: weddings, church services, luncheons, galas, and even sports ball games. You better get us on the calendar because we're already booking events for next season. Reach out at info@dmgmc.org to get us booked. Again, that's info@dmgmc.org. Ooh, I have a good question.
Okay.
How do you feel about straight people in the bar, in the gay clubs? Because it's something that I don't know if I thought about a lot when I started going to the gay clubs. And I think maybe I've just seen like the volume of seemingly heterosexual people in the bar increase drastically in the past few years.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have lots of strong opinions about it. What are your thoughts?
I mean, one, it's a tough conversation to have, primarily because there are a lot of like straight passing queer people, or queer people who are in like hetero presenting relationships. So I don't want to invalidate those people and say that the space isn't for them just because they're in a heterosexual relationship.
Yeah.
Because that's not what I'm saying. I want to be very clear about that. But there is an influx of straight people who will come into our spaces. And there are some that are like incredibly respectful. They are guests in our community. They're aware of that. And they will engage in our culture. They will come to our shows. They will tip our queens. They will be there and they will be supportive, but they won't be taking up space. But then there are, like straight girl bachelorette parties
constantly
who show up, because they know the gay bar is going to be more fun than the straight bars because we have more fun. It's just kind of how it's always been. And they feel a safeness with us because the men around are not going to, or are less likely to try and take advantage of them. So they have they feel a safety with us, which I appreciate and I love that.
Yeah.
But it also then it can become, and in several places has become, them taking advantage of that and exploiting our space and taking up room, like making it so that queer people don't feel comfortable coming because this straight group of people is here taking up space. You know, you find straight women who will get offended when queer women will approach them and try and hit on them because you're in a queer space. You're in a gay bar. A queer woman should be allowed to come up to you and hit on you politely. No one be a creep, yada, yada. But should be able to come into a queer space and hit on you without you getting offended by it. You're here. Yeah. You're in our space. And then what happens is, and I saw this, I don't remember the person I saw that talked about this. There's like a theory, essentially, that what happens is straight women go to straight bars, they get harassed. They leave, they find, they go to gay bars with their gay friends. They find out they're safe. They bring their other straight women friends there. Everything is all right and fine, but they start pushing out queer people, especially queer women who lose their spaces. And they have a lot fewer than we do.
Way fewer. Just
insert a whole nuanced conversation about that that we don't have time for in this specific discussion.
Yeah.
But so these straight women come, they've now pushed queer women to the sides or even out of the space. The straight men then figure out, oh, the straight women are gone. I don't have anyone to hit on. There's no one here for me. They then show up at this bar, like they show up at the gay bar to find these straight women. The straight women and the gay people, or the straight women and the straight men are now there, and they're intermingling. And then these straight men get offended when the gay people, like the gay men, come and hit on them. And then they start feeling pushed out. And then this space that was a queer safe haven has now become a straight bar.
Yeah.
And the gays don't feel comfortable being there. So then they have to go make their own space again. So now we've taken what was one straight bar and one gay bar, and now we've made it two straight bars. And the gay people are on the sides again.
Yeah, it becomes like a petting zoo.
Correct. It becomes people like staring at us, like staring at our culture and staring at who we are and using that as a form of entertainment for themselves.
Yeah.
And it just is, and it can get gross.
Yeah, and I'm all for like having exposure to the queer community, like through what better way than through drag or through a gay bar or drag experience.
But you have to know that you're a guest.
Yeah, and it makes me think of like gear night, which is this weekend.
Yes.
And like I dress like a slut because
I
feel safe
and I should be able to do so.
And I'm, wearing a thong and a harness and calling it a day. And then like a straight guy walks by and it's just like,
right.
I don't know if I am at the point where I feel uncomfortable yet, but I know other people do.
Absolutely.
And at what point, like, do you as the guest feel uncomfortable? Like, I mean,
hopefully sooner than I do.
Yeah. I mean, the saddle, in talking to friends in the queer community that are, have decades on me of experience going out to the clubs, like they were going to the gay bar and it was all queer people,
right?
Probably mostly gay men at the bars that I'm going to, right? But it's just it's been a totally interesting culture shift, and I think a lot of bars around the country are experiencing the same thing.
Yes,
every weekend there's going to be a bachelorette party, and that's just the way it is. And so,
right,
I'm of the mindset of like hoping that there is a level of acceptance that is gained when a straight person comes into the gay bar. Because, I mean, let's be honest, the queer community, we love to like weaponize straight people. Like
yes.
And sometimes it's totally warranted, but other times maybe not. Like other times maybe a straight person could be so much more open to queer community than we might assume.
Yeah.
And so I sit at the gay bar watching straight people maybe being too optimistic, but maybe hoping that like they're going to take this experience out into the world for people that don't ever get to see a drag show or the queer community. And like, maybe they'll stick up for us, or maybe they'll go, oh, well, I had a really great time at the gay bar, or I had a really great time hanging out with queer people. So maybe I'm just a hopeless optimist, But I imagine like that's the experience for at least some of the straight people there, or some of the queer people too. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very rich topic.
It is. And I mean, like, so my personal feelings as, you know, Aria are that.
Yeah.
But as Tessa, it's really, it, like, from a performing perspective, it comes down to, are you engaging in the show?
Yeah.
Like, if these straight people are in this show and they are either tipping or cheering or like interacting with us,
having fun,
if they're having a good time and like paying attention to the show and like those things, absolutely. I love having them in the space. I love when I get the energy of a crowd, and also, you know, a couple extra dollars doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Straight money, gay money, it's all money. Yeah. It's all green. And but you know.
Do you feel like in Des Moines, I think we just have a really special queer community because we're like a small, big town.
Yes, correct.
Do you feel like there's a positive energy with straight people at the gay bars? Like I get a general sense, but I'm also not there all the time. But in the times that I'm there, I typically have okay experiences. Yeah. I've had a few rough experiences with straight people in the gay bar in the last 6 months.
That's fair.
And those tend to like cloud your judgment really fast.
Right. A negative experience will always weigh more than a positive one in your mind. Mm-hmm. I would say overall, I've had positive experiences. Usually it's fine. Yeah. The majority of like negative experiences I get are people, like straight people who are just completely disengaged from the world around them, or like weird looks. Yeah. Like I'll get like, you know, cause like I'm in full drag. Oh yeah. I'm also not like I'm not a small girl. Like I am, you know, a plus size drag queen. And there aren't a ton of plus size drag queens in this area. So like I'm one of the first ones you're probably going to see. And so I do get some sideways looks because, you know, I am not always wearing a paper bag. Like I dress fairly like curvy and like contoured, like with sexy. The body. Yeah. Like something like that. Oh yeah. But I do get some weird looks. Luckily no one's approached me about it, or like, you know, I have never been in an interaction that was negative in our gay spaces. In like the outside world, trekking between them, whole different story. But yeah, overall, I've had personally positive experiences, but it's something I am vigilant for and fairly concerned about often when I'm in spaces. Yeah, it's something to like keep our eyes on. Correct. How do you see the future of drag, like in the Midwest? Like, what are your hopes and dreams for the drag community? Absolutely, that you know and love. I would love to see. I just want to see more folks from like different places. Yeah, you know, we all end up in our own kind of little insular communities, and even within our own state, you know, it seems almost difficult to see those folks or like have them interact with each other. Yeah. And whether that's from, you know, historical bad blood of different communities, or, you know, traveling's also difficult and expensive. And I would love to be able to create some way to make it easier for us to travel, like some sort of like a Midwest performer fund where we can like borrow and take as we need to you know, super fun. Actually get drag queens to be able to travel and meet other people and do other communities. But I also want to see us building up the next generation of queens. What used to be done through like a really heavy reliance on drag families, you know, you learned all your skills from your drag family. You learned, and you got all your early drag from your drag family. We're not seeing that is like as strongly as we used to. And that's, I mean, a large part of that was also due to there was a lot less acceptance. You needed that community. Like you had to be that insular. You had to like, you know, bring people in and keep them safe and build them up because the world wasn't going to. Yeah. And now we're in an age where you can start on your own, but you shouldn't have to feel like there's no resources for you. Yeah. You know, YouTube is great, but sometimes you just want like a local person to show me how to block my brows. Without necessarily having to these people having to commit to being your caretaker, essentially. Oh yeah. So I want to see the drag family. Yeah, I want to see us like take some of the skill building aspects of the drag family, and create that, especially like in the pageant world. Pageant industry is in a lot of places really dying.
Oh yeah.
Because people just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know what to do or how
There's
to
so
get
much
into it.
to
It
it,
feels so scary and so intimidating.
Yeah.
And it fully is, not gonna lie. But
it's like one of those jobs where you have to like shadow for 5 years before you can like touch it. You know what I mean? Like
Correct.
you like drag pageants and just sometimes drag for people. Like you have to almost like shadow for a while to learn the ropes before you can even touch the art.
And so like I want us to make it more accessible and more approachable. I want it to stop feeling so like untouchable, so far away. Like it feels like, you go to your first open stage, you're like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I watched some YouTube videos and that worked, I guess.
Yeah.
I want people to be like, oh yes, I learned this from so-and-so and that from so-and-so. And the garden had a class on blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. And we're starting to see some of that. Like those plans are in the works and those things are building and moving, and that would be great.
Yeah.
I also want another Midwest girl on like a RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh my God, I would live.
Like as much as I don't like necessarily Drag Race being the be all end all of what drag is, especially for how, again, straight people come in and view us from the lens of like, we should all have $35,000 like mortgage worthy costumes. And that's just not ever what local drag's going to be or should be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I want representation from the Midwest.
Well, we've spilled quite a bit of tea about some drag today.
Absolutely.
Well, and you mentioned the garden and like open stage. So shall we do our refill?
We should.
What are you drinking today?
I think we both have a fridge sig.
A little fridge sig, a little Coke Zero. The sipping sound in the mic is so asthma to me. It's so good.
It really is.
Do it again for the listeners. Oh, it just makes me tickle. I recently tried the Aldi brand of like their Coke Zeros.
Yeah.
I think it's called like Summit Zero Sugar or something. It's like all these colas.
Yeah.
Honestly, fire. And honestly, cheap.
I love me an Aldi brand.
If Aldi ever listened to our podcast and sponsored us, I would quit everything and just be happy forever.
Honestly,
Aldi's my favorite store. But
same.
If you haven't tried the Aldi Fridge Sig, which is an Aldi Diet Coke or an Aldi Zero Sugar Coke, it's delicious. This is a regular, Coke Zero.
Yeah, this is regular Coke Zero because that's what you have. But
who are we shouting out today?
We are actually shouting out the Garden themselves.
The Garden Nightclub, baby. Tell us about the Garden. You're much more involved with the Garden than I.
That's fair. So the Garden is one of 2 queer spaces that we have here in Des Moines. Yeah. It is the nightclub and show lounge. They have a full menu of food. We have
restaurant, Garden Restaurant,
restaurant and show lounge.
Garden Restaurant and show lounge.
Jesus, I know the title of things.
Well, I feel like it used to be called nightclub.
I think it did. Yeah.
Garden Restaurant and show lounge.
They have a gorgeous patio. In my opinion, the best patio in all of Des Moines.
It's like at least the East Village. Like beautiful patio.
If you can vote in the City Choice Awards, you can vote them best patio, and you really should. It's so stunning up there.
Garden.
But they have drag shows Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays. Usually like 8 and 10 kind of spaces. They do an open stage every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
This is huge, people.
Yeah,
talking about making drag accessible, giving people opportunity to do drag in the middle of Iowa. Open stage every week.
We have an open stage every week.
Just sign up.
Just sign up and do drag. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no requirements. There's no anything like that.
Even if there's 15 queens with 3 numbers of pop, which I love.
Yeah. Sometimes the show gets a little long, but it's an incredibly important space for new performers. It's one of a dwindling number across the U.S. We're seeing the market's saturated and yada yada. So we're seeing less spaces for new and beginning performers to get their craft started.
Totally.
They just did a remodel. Or just being a couple of months ago now, but
little refresh,
repaint,
new cocktail menu,
which I do really like. Love me an Attitude Adjustment. Love me a Berry Garden.
Well, and they just always have new shows.
Oh yeah,
like they just kind of redid their shows a little bit.
Yeah,
great show cast.
Redid our whole show
hosts.
Structure. We've got Jean Marie Knight Michaels is doing the Man Candy show. So it's an all Kings drag show.
So hot.
Twice a month. Oh my God, they're so incredible.
It's so good. A drag king show in Des Moines.
A drag king show. We have a couple because Romeo also hosts like an all Kings open stage once a month at the Garden as well as he hosts Decadence, which is an all black show.
Yes.
Then you have Juanita Voltaire, who is doing her early bird special. they're having their first show at the beginning of August.
Oh yeah, work.
Yeah, I mean they're
a DMGMC singer, Juanita Voltaire.
a DMGMC singer, Juanita Voltaire.
Love.
They all do incredible work for the community.
Yeah.
Heavily involved with like the Imperial Court of Iowa and the fundraising through that.
It's incredible.
Alexander St. James just recently took over as the director of the Next Gen shows.
Oh yeah.
So we have a youth show. We have a show for any kid who wants to learn how to perform under the age of 21. It's completely free to do. It's once a month. It's like Sundays at 5. I forget which Sunday it is. You'll have to look on their website.
Yeah.
But it's an incredible performance. One of my favorite little kiddos performs every single month. If you ever go, it's Miss Garnet Divine de Mornay.
Yes.
An incredible little diva.
Incredible.
And then obviously the open stage itself is run by Complete Moon.
Yeah.
And then you have
the diva herself.
The diva herself, absolutely. And then you have our last host is, well, I guess they have their regular Friday night and Saturday night shows, which do have a rotating host, but often you find Jade Knight being the host of those. But yeah, they do some really incredible work. They host basically all the pageants that happen in the city of Des Moines.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
they host our hotcakes and sausage event.
They host our fundraising event.
They're great hosts for like small little events, and
absolutely,
it's fabulous. Yeah,
no, it's an incredible community resource that has provided space for so many different events.
Yeah,
we've held celebration of life services for several of our community members who have passed in the past couple of years, and it's a truly invaluable resource and space for the queer community in Des Moines.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
You can learn more about the garden at grdn.com is their website.
Yep.
Garden without the vowels, grdn.com. And you can book table reservations there too on their website, like for the Friday, Saturday night shows. And their Instagram is The Garden DSM.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Yes.
The Garden DSM at The Garden DSM. Check out the Garden Restaurant and Show Lounge.
Yes.
Shout out to the Garden. Cheers to the Garden.
Cheers.
Shall we? So before we let you all go, we wanted to read a little comment from the YouTubes.
Yes.
Because if you're listening, you should leave us a little comment. Just say hi. Also, you still need to let us know what you want us to call you. Otherwise, it's going to be tea bags. So
save yourself from the tea bags.
Save yourself from the tea bags. I honestly love a good tea bag myself. But I have a comment here from our YouTube, from our last episode that featured our guest Liam Shipston, episode 4. It's on YouTube, also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. But I have a comment I want to read from K's Boy.
Something like that?
K's Boy. Okay, the comment says, I had a whole gosh darn comment typed out, and then I accidentally hit cancel instead of comment. Devastated, LOL. That is the worst.
Yes, I hate when that happens.
I constantly type what I'm going to say elsewhere so that it doesn't get deleted.
Correct.
Most importantly, though, is the sentiment of gratitude. I'm very grateful to have stumbled across this vodcast, and I look forward to hearing more from y'all. This discussion stirred within me memories long past of my treble choir experience in high school. That little baby trans K's boy did not have the language or understanding to explain at the time. Love. And has resulted in me running scared from singing, thinking it was just not something I could do without suffering all through my late teens and 20s. Yet I do long for it still. There is something very special about singing. I don't know. Listening to this has sparked something in me I hadn't thought about in a long time. I'd been terrified of how awful my voice must sound after being on T for nearly 20 years now. Being on T for 9 years now, not to mention a lack of training for nearly 20 years now. But, well, as my choir teacher always said, singing like anything else is a skill that can be learned and refined through training. That's the T.
That is the T. That
is absolutely comment. The T. That's so sweet. Thanks for the comment. That's so adorable.
When you sent me that, I started crying reading that.
God.
I showed Liam as well, and he absolutely lost it.
Well, it just takes one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're listening, I hope you're like getting something out of us just chitter-chattering
about drag this week.
About drag and about like the trans community and just queer life in the Midwest, because sometimes I think the best stories are just the ones that are told. You know
what? Absolutely.
We don't have to say things that are super revolutionary. I think sometimes we do, but just sharing about our community and the things we're doing, I think is pretty fun.
I think it's important. I think it's incredible.
Well, thanks for listening. Where can the people find you on the socials, Tessa?
You can find me at the Tessa Tura on most socials, and then I believe on TikTok, it's the one that has underscores on it. I got it right this time.
You got it.
I learned my own socials, finally.
You can find me on Substack at Tea with Tristan, or on TikTok, Instagram at Tristan Miedema, TristanMiedema. So give us a follow. Well, thank you so much for listening. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Tessa. Until next time, keep your cup full.
Because we've got plenty more to spill.
Bye.